Hello, this is the course of computer programming, and in this chapter, we are going to learn a new chapter. So you already learned the concept about the GUI, and then you already learned about the object-oriented, and you learn many things about the Java. And I think this will be the last thing that I can explain to you. Of course, there are many things in Java that you can learn, but during the one semester, I guess this will be the last chapter. And if you need any other things, you can refer to the book or any reference that you have. And we're going to practice with some problems. Maybe in the next videos, you will see some problems, and we will practice more with the Java. So let's start with this uh, material, and I want to put the title of this section about file input or output and miscellaneous. So miscellaneous, it means any other things that might be important to explain with the Java. So what we are going to learn on this chapter first is about the file output, and we are going to use the print stream, and the other thing is about the file input. I think you already know about the scanner, and we are going to use the scanner to check the file. And there will be multiple variables, input and output. So you will check what kind of those variables that you can learn, and some other things like the try and catch. File output, and we are going to use the print stream. If you still remember the chapter about the GUI, the report section contains file stream, print stream. So we are going to send the result of the program into a file. And the file that you want to create is the text file. Okay. And the text file will be created and saved into a particular folder. So that kind of concept we are we are going to learn what we call as the stream. Okay. Maybe the stream is having a lot of meaning, like river is also stream, and this kind of stream, it refers to the data stream. So whenever you type something, whenever you have a text, whenever you have a letter, or whenever you have a digit, then it will show you a kind of sequence. Okay, for example, you have the word hello, so it will be HELLO, something like that, and it is a kind of stream. Okay, so the concept of stream, we want to say it use of files. Let's say you are storing the Java classes, and then you run some programs, okay? Or you can store pictures. Okay, for example, you have a picture and then you download from internet, and you want to store the pictures into your computer, then it is also a stream. Okay? You want to download music, you want to download videos, for example, that's also a kind of stream. You can also use files to store the program I and O. So the word I and O means input and output. Okay, so this I, it refers to the input, okay, and the O refers to output. Okay, and a stream is a flow of input or output data. Okay, so the characters, numbers, bytes. So those are the things that you can use for the stream. So you need to understand that there are two, which is input and output. So the output is something that you can see on the screen, but the input is something that you need to use for doing something. Okay. And I guess this is a good diagram to explain about the concept of stream. You know that we are using the class scanner. Okay. So the class scanner, we use it to get the user input. And yeah, it depends on the type. Like let's say you are having the integer, then you will get the dot next integer. If you are having the string, you have the dot next or dot next line. So those are the input from keyboard. Okay, so we can use the scanner in order to get the input from keyboard. And once you have the input stream, yeah, you will do the program. Or yeah, the scanner can be a kind of numbers or a kind of in string, okay? But it can be also a file. Okay? And the other thing of the input stream can be regarded as something from compact disc or something from USB or something from the any other resources that might be useful for a program. And the output stream you can see from the monitor, and you can put the file into the hard disk and etc. So the output you already learned about the system.out. So those two are the concept of stream that might might be helpful for you, and you already learned this one. Okay, so we are going to use this one for the purpose of the files. You know, in the files, okay, so when you have the input and output, there is a need to get the file, and there is a need to save into file. Why? Okay, let's see. When you do the keyboard input, the screen output deal with temporary data. Okay? So if you still remember when you do the coffee shop, okay, if you let's go. Okay, let me go to the this one. Oh, this one. What is it? Yeah, I would like to go to the section 09, and I want to run the coffee shop. Okay. It takes some time. Okay. Now, if you run this code, okay, so actually when you do the click and one and then order. So once you have this one, if you didn't do anything, then you cannot save the report. Okay. So you just show this one, and then if you do exit, then finish. The data is gone. Okay. So that's the meaning by when you do the keyboard input, the screen output deal with the temporary data. So when the program ends, data is gone. Now, how can you keep the data? How can you save the data after the program ends? Why we need to, okay, the question is, why do we need to keep the data until the program ends? Why we want to keep the data, or why we want to have the data remains after the program ends? Because maybe we can use it for the next time when the program runs, or it can be used for another program. So when you have another file, if you have file, then you can use it for another program. If you have file, then you can use it again when the program is on. Okay. So you need to understand the several types of files. Okay. The first is text files. The text file is something just related to text. Is character or can be digits. Okay. You can just open the memo chunk. You can open the text file, and then you can have the any text. But before we are doing with the text file, I want to explain to you that all data in files stored as binary digit. Okay, do you know what is binary digit? It is like 1 0 0 0. Okay, like 1 1 0 0. Okay, and then 0 0 1 1 and so on. So binary means you just have 0 and 1, and it is a long series of zeros and one. If you know the concept of bit, 32-bit or 64-bit, okay? So if it is 32-bit, it means you have 32 elements of 1 and 0. If 64-bit, you have the 64 elements of 1 and 0. So you can imagine there are a huge number of elements of your data. The files we treat it as a sequence of characters. We call it text file. So the Java program source code is also one of the text file, because if you have the Java file, you can open it in the Notepad, you can open it in the memo chunk. You can view or you can edit with the text editor. Let's say if you have the file in a Microsoft Word, or if you file the in Hangul file, so you can open it in the Microsoft Word, you can open it in Hangul, and then you can modify the contents. All other files are called binary files. So if it is not related with the characters, then I can say that it is binary files. For example, movie. Okay, so in a movie, you cannot open with Microsoft Word. You need to have a special software to open the movies. Music files is also the same. You cannot get the exact, like in the Microsoft Word or in the Hangul, you can see clearly the text. For example, like this one, you can see clearly this is some text in text file. Okay, but when you're using the movie and music files, music you can listen, movie you can watch. But how is the computer store the data? Then yeah, the type of the data will be something like this one. So we call this is the binary files. We do not know what is the composition inside those files, but when we have those files, we have the binary files, and it can be accessed with a specialized program. So if you know that .mp4 or .mp3, or for example .avi, anything related with video, it can be open only with the video program. Anything related with music or anything related with audio, then it can be opened with only the audio program. So what we want to do next is we want to learn how to create a text file. Okay. So a text file is a file which is initially empty, no contents, and it may now be written with method printline. And data goes initially to memory power. When powerful, it goes to file. Okay, what does it mean? So the data, actually, first you have the data into the memory. So whenever you have the Java code, then you can just have the variable, and the variable goes to the memory. And when the powerful, yeah, you can just put it on file. The closing file empties power and then disconnect from stream. So there's a step. You will want to open the powering, and then after you finish, just close the power. Let's see this example. Okay. Uh, let make let's make one of the. Okay, so let's make one of these. Okay, I will make a new package. Okay, and let's have section 10. Okay, and in the section 10, let's make one file named save report Java. Okay, so I have save report Java. Then I just put a content here. Okay. Oops. I think this is all. Okay. So just copy and paste for all this one. Okay. Now you have this Java file, and yeah, everything is fine now. No errors. And this one is a Java file that you want to print the stream. Okay. So you want to print the stream, and the stream will go to the file named test1.txt. And whenever you want to print, you will just do the print like this one. You know the concept of the system.out.print, but we are not doing the system.out.print because in system.out it means you want to print it into the console. But for this one, you want to print it into file. So it means this file will be available with those contents. So if you run this, okay, if you run this one, you will see a new so you can go to the first project. Okay, you can go to the first project and then refresh, and you can see there's one file, test1.txt. Okay, so there's a file test1.txt. If you open this file, then you will see 1, 2, and 3. So, okay, what does it mean? You will check this one. 1, you will print only the number 1, and then you will print backslash n. What is backslash n? Yes, it goes to the next line. Okay, and then we have print line 2. What is print line? Yeah, we are going to print. We are going to print number 2, and then we go to the next line because it is print line. And 3, so we just print 3. So that's why in the text test1.txt it contains 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So the class file is something related to the class. Okay, it's something related to represent the file name. So when you have the file, you need to use the object or the class file in order to represent the name of a file. If I say the new file equals to test.txt, then yeah, we will print it into the file name test.txt. So it is not a string, okay? It is not a string, but it is a file name. It is an object that knows it is supposed to name a file. So this is the file name that you want to use to save your data. We are using the class PrintStream. It is one of the alternative to save the stream. So the stream, you know, the stream is the input or output from the keyboard on to the monitor. And the stream in this case is a collection of data in a particular type. For example, integer and character. And instead of print stream, we can also add a stream. For example, object stream. But I guess, yeah, it's enough for you to learn only the print stream. If you want to learn about the object stream, I think you can try by reading more materials about that one. So the class PrintStream, it is similar with the system.out. So if you already familiar with Java, you learn the system.out, and then you have the system.out.println, system.out.print, system.out.printf. Okay, so those system.out represent the way to print it into the console. So print is to print the text in the same line, and print line is to print the text in the same line and go to the next line. So the concept or the idea is the same with the print line that you already learned before. Now, what we can do with file, actually, there are several methods like you can read. Okay? So if you check this one, I guess you already understand that this method can read will return a Boolean. So if it is true, then yeah, it means you can read. If it is false, then you cannot read. Can write is the same. Yeah? So it is to test whether a program can write to the file. So if it is true, then you can write. If it is false, then you cannot write. Let's suppose you delete the file, then you can just use delete. If it is true, then it was able to delete the file. Access. So you want to check whether a file object has been created. So if it's already created, then yeah, the access will be true. If not access, then it will be false. The other methods for this file is get name. Get name means you want to get the file name. Okay? If it is not a file, there is no path. Okay? If this name is not a path name, then it's just simple file name. If you want to get the path, okay, so path means I want to know the specific folder of the particular file, then you can just use the cat path. And then you want to know the length of the size of the file, so you can use long. Okay, do you still remember what is long? So long is one of the data type. You have integer, you have uh, yeah, you have the short integer, you have long integer. So this is long integer. So you have a very big number. When you are doing with the file, so you need to use some ideas about the path name. See, so the path name is important because whenever you save your files, now you are saving your file in the particular folder. Okay? Files open in our example assume to be in the same folder as where the program run. Okay, so for example, if you are using this code, so this file is in the project, for example, like this one. Let me show you. If we go to this, yeah, you can see the user eclipse 20 or eclipse 20 project test one the text. Okay, so if you open this, then it goes to your file test1.txt. Okay, it is in the inside of the project that you have. But now if you want to change the, so okay, before I change that one, so it's possible to specify the path names. So there are two things that you can use. The first is a full path name. So full path name means you want to include all the elements of the path, including like the folder name and then the child of the folder name and so on. Or you can use the relative name. So if the relative name is, yeah, it is the folder inside your project. Okay. Be aware difference of path name styles is different in operating system. So if you're using Mac OS, it might be different with the Windows. So please be careful with that one. So now let's assume, okay, let's assume I want to save this report. Okay, I want to save this report into the section 10. Okay, how can I put this one? Section 10. Is it possible? So now it's error. Okay, why? Because the system cannot understand what is on. What about this one? Okay, so it shows something correct, but yeah, this one is the backslash. Yeah? The backslash is something that you may know about the section dash s or dash t. Dash slash t means something related with the text. Okay, so if you run this, yeah, it will be error because it is not found. So we need to have the specific path. So I would like to teach you only the things from the format like this one. For this example, I just want to use this format all. Okay, I guess I need to use so it goes twice. Okay, I don't know why. Let me just use this one. I think I need to change this one into the so I want to change, I want to put the file into the section 10. Okay, then I can just paste this one. Yeah, this one is correct. Okay, so I want to put the files into the section 10. Okay, so let's have test1.txt. Okay, so if I have finished this one and then I run, oh, so okay, so it seems that there is nothing happen here. But if you go here and then you press F5, or not F5, okay, just want to show you that you can use this refresh. Yeah, you click refresh, then you can see, oh, there's one text. Okay, oh, sorry, it's double. Okay, oh, okay, yeah, there's, yeah, this one, I guess I put the double one. Okay, so let's have one more time. and then you can refresh means F5. Okay, yes, you have the text one. Okay, so this is the short explanation when you want to have your full pattern. Okay, I guess I will stop here and I will continue the next section with the other video. So thank you very much for listening.